Hello, Harold, Maud, and little Bobby. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Well,
How are you feeling? He's doing fine.
He's okay.
Okay, so what does seem to be the problem?
Well, I recently got offered this amazing job offer, and I know Bobby's still pretty young. I mean, he's 6, and my other daughter's only 12, but I don't see the problem with me taking the job. I mean, I have to stay at home all day, and you get to go out and work. So I want to take the job offer because it's going to be amazing, and he doesn't want me to, and I just don't, he can't see my point of view or my perspective at all. He's not even trying.
And I'm not really trying to see your perspective, because I don't understand why she can't stay at home and be with the babies. I already have a job. I feel it offensive because we're already making enough money.
I think it's offensive that you won't let me work.
I think it's offensive that some woman is trying to tell me what to do.
So what you're trying to say is, Harold, like, have you tried empathizing with Maud's perspective?
What does that mean?
Well, have you ever tried to think about it from her perspective?
He's only thinking about from his perspective. He says he's empathizing, but all he's doing is sympathizing with me.
Do you see the difference between sympathizing and empathizing, Harold?
Maybe you could go over it one more time.
So you don't know the difference between them. Having sympathy for someone is looking at it from your perspective or a selfish point of view. Having empathy is actually putting yourself in their shoes. For instance, your wife Maud feels like she wants to start a life of work, have a work life that's healthy. She wants to experiment with that, but you can't see it from her side. You only see it from your side, which is, I'm already working and she should probably stay with the kids. So it's kind of selfish. Think about how it would feel if you were Maud and you had already raised the kids to a nice age of 6 and 12 and that's all you were doing and she just wants to do something else. Like, can you think of it from that point of view? Well, Bobby, what do you think?
Well, I think the mommy should stay home with me.
But honey, try to see it from my perspective.
Try to see it from my perspective.
Try
I
to see it
have.
from Daddy's perspective.
What we've just experienced was dimension 1 of empathy, which is perspective taking. So that requires, Harold, that probably requires you to suspend your judgment about women in the workplace, because you're thinking too much about that and not trying to put yourself in her shoes and understand the other person. So why don't we try an exercise in perspective empathy? Harold, I want you to try on Maud's shoes so you can feel what it's like to be in her shoes.
Okay, here it goes.
Oh boy. Ah!
So maybe, Harold, you should think about each time when you put your shoes on that your wife is putting on different shoes, and you should think of her perspective that way.
I just want mommy and daddy to be happy.